Bernie, Gus, Jack, Jock, Joe, Drunk Tank, Bruce T, Drunk Tank, Drunk Tank, Drunk Tank, Drunk Tank, yeah.
Okay.
That's a little surprise for you there at the end.
Yeah.
You weren't
Switch
expecting
themes
it.
on us.
Yep. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Doing good. How are you doing, Gus?
I'm doing good.
I see you wearing your Hoover's cooking shirt today.
Yeah. Are we going to go? Is that how we're going to do it? We're going to just dive straight into the fucking local food?
No, not necessarily. Although I have to say, Griffin and I ate at Foreign and Domestic the other day.
Oh, it was awesome.
And it was one of the best meals I've ever had in my entire life.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was really good.
Well, because you got octopus.
I did get octopus. It was a risk.
That's
I
your
took a risk.
fucking fault.
Where's that place at?
It's on North Loop.
Over by all the cute vintage stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like North Loop and Duval, essentially.
It's my second home, that street.
There you go.
Back when we were Foursquare and you were the mayor of a couple of vintage shops out there,
I
weren't
had
you?
that whole fucking... Yeah, it was my part of town.
Yeah, that was awesome for me.
It was a very expensive project to become mayor of those places.
Yeah. What to do?
So, we're a little short-handed today. It's just
I'm
Jeff, Griffin, and Gus, the 3 Gs.
I mean, I'm happy that the 3 Gs are together, but I'm a little disappointed that Bernie didn't
That no
show
one
up.
else can show up to work before 11 a.m.?
Yeah, I mean, it's 11 a.m. exactly.
Oh, well, we delayed a bit. We gave them a chance. If they show up, they're more than welcome to join.
Man, we got a lot of positive comments about the Drunk Tank when we were at PAX this last weekend. You and I, obviously, Gus, were just at the Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle this last weekend for a tremendously successful event. And we got a lot of positive feedback on the Drunk Tank, but we had more than a handful of people that said they wished we were actually drunk when we recorded it. And I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, well, maybe I'll give them what they want. But goddamn, dude. I know it's 11, which means it's almost lunch, but I am barely awake as it is. I couldn't imagine being drunk right now.
Well, plus, also, I feel like I'm still hungover from PAX anyway. I don't know that I can really start drinking yet, and regardless.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
All right, so we had a PAX party on Saturday night, right? For Rooster Teeth, like a little soiree, if you will, that we threw for some of our closest friends. And I was like, gonna take it easy. I didn't want to make an ass of myself. I didn't want to embarrass myself.
If you want to rewind it, when you and I were flying out to PAX, we said to each other, I don't know if I'm going to drink on this trip. Like, independently, we both thought, maybe we should just take it easy, not drink.
Didn't feel like drinking.
Nope. Fast forward to Saturday.
Well, fast forward to we got off the plane, and we were going to baggage, and we walked by a dude who smelled so intensely of vodka, we both turned to each other and said, no, we got to get drunk.
I know, that dude smelled so good. I smelled that vodka, and I was like, oh, I want some of that.
It was really weird.
It's so funny, too, that, that smell of, processed through people's pores alcohol, can be an attractive thing at all. Like, you're like, I want to smell like this guy tomorrow.
I wanted to either be like him or marry him. Fast forward to the next night, and I swear I took it easy. I don't remember drinking a lot, but I also don't remember that night for the most part, which is the first time that's happened to me in a long time.
Yeah, there's some great pictures.
Yeah, there are some great pictures. I have no idea. I mean, I'm in the photos.
That's the thing that sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. It's, as a wife, I appreciate it, but it sucks that you can't just go and relax a night without having people take a million photos of you and having a recorded a record of what you did.
I gotta agree with that. Thanks to Twitter and cell phone pictures, it's you can't do anything.
Yeah, no, it's great for me, but you can't do anything. But no, it is kind of like a different world we live in now. It's like we're policed by our friends.
Yeah, you're constantly being monitored and watched, and the results show up on the internet.
And they're there forever.
For everyone to see.
Forever.
Have you guys ever posted a bad picture of somebody because you're mad at them?
I mean, obviously the answer is yes. I can't think of a specific moment, but I'm sure I have. Have you?
I didn't post one, but I tagged somebody I did. I intentionally tagged them because I was pissed off, and it was a horrible photo. I feel bad about it now, though.
Boy or girl?
It was a girl, of course, because girls are horrible to each other.
What else happened at PAX? We were there, I guess, 3 days. It was a huge event. Do you know how many people were there yet?
I don't think they've announced the attendance yet. Last year was 68,000, I believe.
Was it really?
Yeah. And this year, I think, was as high as or more. They tried to expand. I mean, last year they hit the limit of people that the convention center could hold. So they moved some stuff off site this year, I think, to make room for more attendees. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I was not crazy about. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. The main theater was off-site. It was like 3 blocks from the convention center.
It was a long 3 blocks, though.
But that new venue was awesome. That
Oh
new theater.
yeah, no, I don't want to disparage the theater. It was really amazing, but it was kind of hard to get to, and I was kind of lost. And they were like, everybody kept telling me, yeah, it's a 6-minute walk. It's a 6-minute walk, which was actually more like a 14 or 15-minute walk.
No,
I was afraid. No, because you got to get out of the event first of all.
That's
like
true.
if a dude comes up to your booth and says it's a 6-minute walk, he means a 6-minute walk from the front door. Not from where you are.
Yeah,
so if you don't budget your time, appropriately, you end up almost missing your event.
Well, people don't think about traffic, like foot traffic or whatever.
Yeah, and but the cool thing about that place, obviously it was gorgeous. I mean, it was like an old theater, looks kind of like the Paramount Theater in Austin, Griffin, where they had the seating on the sides and stuff. It was
Awesome.
like 3
Like the
stories.
balcony.
Yeah, it had balconies, had like 2 balconies. But it had an actual sound system. It wasn't just a PA system set up on concrete floors with a 40-foot ceiling. And so the sound was great.
Yeah, I feel like people in the auditorium could actually hear the videos we were playing for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like while we showed episodes 19 and 20 of Red vs. Blue, Revelation, you guys went in the back, and I went and I sat in the audience and I watched it in the very back because I wanted to check out the sound. I heard it perfectly.
That's great.
It was great.
We also showed that short. Did you see? Like we played the presentation off of my laptop.
Yeah.
Did you see that the DVI cable they had was a fiber optic DVI cable?
Really?
I'm still freaking out over it. It was like this long fiber optic cable with a DVI end.
Dude, that's sexy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
They had a pretty serious setup.
Getting back to that short you were about to talk about?
Oh, God, yeah. Frag Dude, I think it's called.
The one I was trying to polish over. Thanks.
Well, you brought it up.
No.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't seen anything from that short. I wasn't on set that day because I was in the office, and I purposely didn't watch any of, Matt was editing at his computer, and he did most of the editing after you and I had left anyway, because, we always get to the events early to set up. And so I watched it for the first time with the audience, and dear Lord, you are disturbing.
We shot that. It's crazy the turnaround time on that, because we shot that short last Monday, and we showed it at PAX at our panel that Friday. And I felt like it was really super polished, and the editing was super tight on it.
It was edited extremely well. I think it's the best short we've produced.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, Matt did a fantastic job, and I'm assuming Nathan and Brandon and everybody helped on it too to give them credit. But no, it was a tremendous short.
It was a long day. It was still a long shoot. I think it was like 12 or 14 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it went over a lot. Like I left, I had to take Carrie to the office, and then I thought we were pretty much wrapped, so I didn't come back because it was just one more setup left. But then you guys were there. I assumed
you were there for another 5 hours.
Late, yeah,
it was, and I felt really bad because I didn't even know until like 11. I was like, oh shit.
I think that's right around when we wrapped, like 10:30 or 11 or so.
Yeah,
at night.
So way to shirk your responsibilities.
I know, and I didn't mean to. I totally would have gone back because I would have just dropped Carrie off and turned around. But I thought they were nearly done.
What are you giving Carrie secret rides for? What's up with this?
It wasn't secret. Everyone knew about it.
Is he the new hotness?
You just need to take more interest in the things that I do.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But how was the crowd reaction to the short?
Oh, it was great. It was as good as Red vs. Blue, I think.
That's great.
Well, I don't know. The Red vs. Blue reactions were pretty awesome. There's a scene where Brandon was in the front row. I don't want to spoil it because there are some people that obviously haven't seen it yet. They're going to be listening to this podcast. But there was a scene where Brandon said he looked over and 2 girls were in tears. I'm not going to say if it was tears of joy or tears of sadness or what, but they were or laughing and crying. But it brought tears to their eyes, and that was pretty funny.
Have you guys seen some of the footage of the crowd reacting?
No,
Brandon took some, and I think it might have been the ones you were talking about, like just like some of the scenes. I don't remember what part it was. They told me, but anyway, like they were just like huge faces. Like the reaction was really interesting to watch.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we showed. I guess the last 2 episodes of, you said that right, of Revelation.
Yeah.
The one of which aired this past Monday, and then the final one which airs this coming Monday.
Yeah, it was about 17 minutes of footage. Mm-hmm. And then that short, and then we did a Q&A. But yeah, people seem to really dig it. And I don't know, it's always fun to watch for the first time, to watch something new, Red vs. Blue related, with an audience, because it's like, I don't know, it's a totally different experience than sitting around somebody's computer and watching it,
Mm-hmm. Plus it seems like we rarely get a chance to watch it with an audience anyway.
Yeah, we used to do it a lot more. I guess we had a showing earlier this year at the Alamo, though. And I think we'll be doing it again later. I guess later. Are we going to show Revelation at Fantastic Fest this month?
I believe so. I don't know what the finalized schedule is, but I think we are.
Okay, cool. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
To see it all, like the whole thing.
So
together.
Fantastic Fest. I wish Bernie was here to tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, me too. Bernie or Jack, right? I don't really know much about it other than that there's a Fantastic Fest is having a games portion. It's a very popular, very up-and-coming film festival in Austin put on by Tim League of the Alamo Drafthouse, who we glowingly talk about all the time. And I think the guys from Ain't It Cool News. I don't know if they're involved or not. And they're having like a games side this year. And so there's going to be like a 48-hour Machinima Film Festival, I think. And I think we're going to do some kind of a panel. And it sounds pretty cool. So, and I think, oh man, I wish Bernie was here to tell me if this is correct or not. But I think the winner of the Machinima Film Festival gets a walk-on part in Red vs. Blue.
I think you're correct. I think that's what he was talking about last week when he said we were going to make the announcement at PAX. I'm
pretty sure he said that during the Q&A.
The winner of the Best Actor or Actress award in the Machinima Film category will perform their own walk-on role on a upcoming episode of Red vs. Blue.
So it's going to be like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Private Headshot. Dead. I'm sure it'll be more tangible than that.
No, that's about it.
That's it.
So that's cool. I guess
we've never really done anything like that before.
No, it's crazy. So I guess that's wow. This has to be really soon. I guess films have to be uploaded to their website by 7 p.m. this Sunday, September 12th.
Oh wow! So you got 4 days left.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a 48-hour challenge. It starts Friday, September 10th at 7 p.m. and then they have to have it completed and uploaded by September 12th at 7 p.m.
Okay.
We'll put this in the link dump, and you'll read all the information about it. I guess there's some good prizes, some computers and laptops and stuff.
Dude, I love computers and laptops and stuff.
That's the best.
Yeah, they are awesome. So, anything else happen at PAX? We had a cool party. We got to see a lot of really nice people. We did a panel. Mm-hmm. We did a late night talk show.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
No.
Okay.
Did you see?
We did a late night talk show.
We'll just
leave it at that.
What, did it not go well?
Bernie says that we have two modes as a entity, funny and ugly, and things went ugly really fast.
Oh, really?
I'll say fugly.
Yeah, I will say though that at one point I looked out in the audience and Dom Count 3D was there, and his face was as red as your shirt, and he had his eyes closed, and I looked like he couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard. So I guess funny and ugly can go together. I guess.
I got whatever.
Well, is there a place to see it?
I hope not.
I hope not.
I want to see it. No, I want to see it.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think it exists. I'll see if we can find it for the link dump, but I don't think it's out there. Did you see the person dressed up as Kat from Halo Reach at PAX dancing at the Just Dance booth and the Microsoft Connect booth?
I didn't see her doing the dancing, but I saw her walking around.
She was pretty cool. She came by our booth for a little while before
she was being
connecting to dance.
Led around by Allison, right? Mm-hmm. From 343.
Was that the same suit that we saw at Comic-Con?
Yeah, I
it was
believe
a very similar suit.
I believe so.
Yeah. But it's cool that they have such a big presence. I guess, the game coming out next week.
Dude, the lines for Reach were really crazy. And it's kind of funny. Bernie brought his wife Jordan and their son JD, who is kind of big into Halo. Mm-hmm. And Bernie was working the booth. So poor Jordan, they would get in line for an hour so that they could play Reach, and then get out of line and go right back in the line again.
Oh my god, that's crazy! Really?
Yeah, they did that a couple of times. But he appeared to have the best time of his life.
It's funny because I think the Halo Reach line was the only one I saw at the entire convention where they had a sign up that said, "You must be 17 years old to play, or be accompanied by a parent or guardian."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of crazy lines. Apparently, the Duke Nukem line was like 3 hours long as well.
I don't even know where that was. Oh, no, I know where that was.
Yeah.
It was out by like the Machinima booth, right?
It was over where they had those really funny posters on the wall of like Duke Nukem and the shark.
Oh, right. Those were great.
Those were pretty clever. Did you play any games while you were there?
I watched you play Lego Universe.
It's the only game I touched. I played Lego Universe. It was fun. And
I think that's it. I didn't get a chance. Didn't have time to really get in line or anything.
Yeah, it's hard when you're working the booth, right? Mm-hmm. But the last day you and I walked around a bit, and I checked it out. It was fun though. I
saw some people playing the Old Republic and saw like the dialogue trees and the quest giving system and stuff.
Man, how cool was that?
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
How are they different?
Well, now normally you play like let's say WoW, right? You've played WoW. When you go up to your quest giver, you right click on them and it's like a bunch of text and you hit accept. Mm-hmm. in the Old Republic, when you go up to the quest giver and you click on them, it cues a cinematic. So instead of reading, it's it's like a cutscene where they explain.
I've watched Jeff play before. So
not the Old Republic.
Haven't I? I feel like
it's not out yet. It doesn't come out till next year.
Okay, but wasn't it? Isn't
you might be thinking of Knights of the Old Republic.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
So this different?
Yeah. This is the MMO version.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. The fact that they have cutscenes for every quest like that, like it's I can't imagine the amount of work that's going into that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of dialogue trees, a lot of dialogue recorded.
Can you skip the cinematic stuff then?
I think so.
Okay, good. Because that's, I mean, you don't want to sit through all of that, do you?
You know what though? BioWare just released a list of stats from Mass Effect 2. I don't know if you were already planning on talking about this or not, Gus. And it was like, people love the game, it's very popular, people love to play it. Some people played it 40 times through. But the most interesting thing to me was that one of the stats was conversations were only skipped 15% of the time, which has got to be a testament to how well that game is written and voice acted, because usually, like when I play a game, I just blow through hitting A as fast as I can.
Right.
And I didn't really do that in Mass Effect 2, and I'm surprised that like 85% of the people didn't as well.
So is that for every game? Are those like stats available? Like, can you see?
No,
The developer may collect a lot of those stats, but they don't normally share them.
I think. Oh yeah, well that makes sense. It's almost kind of a shame though. Like that should be just like up like common knowledge. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. It's starting to like hit more. Like Red Dead Redemption released, or Rockstar released a bunch of cool stats about Red Dead Redemption, and then now BioWare's done it. I hope to see it more because it's really interesting to see, because that also, it not only shows you like how many people played the game, how many people finished it, all that nonsense, but it shows you how people played it. Which is interesting.
Well, the average, and what's funny is the average completion time for Mass Effect 2, they said was 33 hours, but there were 4 Xbox 360 players who beat Mass Effect 2 23 times.
Who are those 4 people? Are they listening to our podcast?
Yeah, there are 2 on the PC who completed it 28 times. And I'm sure they got faster as time went on. They didn't have to take the full 33 hours, but that's a lot of fucking time.
23 times, dude. That's crazy.
Like,
have you ever beaten a game 3 times?
No, I rarely finish a game twice. I think I beat Mass Effect 2. I think I played through it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, you did. Well, you were doing videos in it, and you had your home account and your work account and
stuff. Right. And that was a lot. I felt like I saw everything. I saw everything multiple times. I can't imagine doing it fucking 28 or 23 times.
I bet at the end of those 28 times, I bet that those dudes know the game better than the developers.
I doubt that.
Well,
I really doubt that.
I mean, they'd have to know every in and out of that game. So let's say they do it faster because they've done it so many times, but they're probably putting 20 hours into each playthrough, right? So is there a scientist that could do that math?
No. So if you're doing 20 hours at 23 playthroughs, that's 460 hours.
Fuck that.
Divided by 24 hours, it's a little over 19 days of playtime.
Wow.
With the stats, it's like more of a realistic rating system, Like, and like I don't know what it was, if it was a podcast or a video that y'all did about how rating is just kind of skewed. Like it's either... Like,
we did a PSA.
Yeah, that was a PSA. It was like between 8 and 10 almost all the time. Like you can't really get an idea what a game's like based on the rating system. But by reading stats, like that's definitely a better way to figure out what people like about it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The problem with these kinds of stats is you have to wait till several months after the game's out. Like people can't use these stats. Well, people can't immediately use these stats to determine whether or not they should buy the game.
And also, let's be honest, they're not going to release bad stats.
Of course.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and I mean, most people, I think, usually, I mean, they buy a game because they played a game that came before it that they liked, or they liked the trailer or whatever. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to reading stats.
In this one, it says that 50% of the players who played Mass Effect 2 imported a saved character from Mass Effect 1.
That's pretty interesting. I played Mass Effect 1, and I did not import a character from 1 to 2.
Did you finish 1?
No, I never finished it, and I couldn't find my save file, so I would have had I found it, but
that sucks.
Wouldn't have mattered because I didn't finish Mass Effect 1.
I did both.
Did you?
Yeah.
You were saying that you played it 3 times, but you were making videos. Like if you, in general, if you could go back to the days where you just played for fun, other than WoW, I mean, how long do you play a game typically?
I think I played this one through twice personally.
Okay.
Not counting making videos.
If I wasn't making videos and doing Achievement Hunter, I would spend a lot more time in a game.
Yeah.
Because I'd want to 100% it, and I don't have the time to do that because I have to move on to whatever the next game is now. Like, it's pretty rare. Like, I 100%ed Dead Rising Case Zero, and I was happy about that.
Well, that's also super short. It's like
an
hour and a half.
It's a little bit. It takes more than an hour and a half to 100% it.
Yeah, I mean, I played through once. I did one playthrough, and I think I got almost all the achievements.
Yeah, I think I had to do 3 playthroughs when it was all said and done, or 2.5.
I was really happy with the way that Case Zero worked out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I felt like, it was super short. It was like, $5 or whatever. And you get a chance to increase the level of your starting level of your character when Dead Rising 2 comes out.
And your PP and your money and all that, I think.
Yeah, and you also get reacquainted with the movement and the combat system and everything. That way when the game comes out, you can hit the ground running a lot more.
And it really does help too, because the first 20 minutes I was playing that game, I was super rusty. It takes a while to get back into it, It's kind of a unique play style, that game.
Right.
And I agree. It was torturous as a parent to play. I think we probably talked about this last week, but
yeah, at the very end you mentioned it.
Very mean game to make a dad play, especially if he has a daughter. But did you like it? The story? No, I did have to play it.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Why, was there something wrong with it?
No, I thought it was great. It reminded me. There's a mechanic in that game that I hate, and that I always hated in the first game, but I think why I hate it is why the game is good, and that's that goddamn timer. Everything happens on a timer.
Yeah.
And so it's so stressful. I get so stressed out looking at my watch going like, oh my God, I've only got 2 hours until the military arrives. I still have to do 4 things. What am I going to do? And it drives me nuts, and it makes me all jittery and nervous. And but I think that's the strength of the game, right?
Yeah. I had a little bit of trouble with the last guy you have to fight before you escape.
Jed.
Took me a few playthroughs to figure out how to get him.
Took me
and
too.
Even then, I barely beat him. It sucked. How'd you beat him?
I have determined that the best way is to load up on guns and just stay as far away from him as possible.
Mm-hmm. And just move around between while he's shooting, and then stop and shoot.
And then if you get low on health, you can go inside and go into the little area that has orange juice and just grab an orange juice.
I think you can go back inside. I never thought about that.
Yeah, you can go inside and then just chug an orange juice and go back out. So.
I think I had an assault rifle and then all food other than that. And I would shoot him. Then if I got hit, I'd go and hide and eat and then come back out and shoot him. Then I ran out of bullets and I had to pick up the sledgehammer. And then
yeah, one assault rifle is not going to do it.
No. Going in for melee is not fun with that guy because he's got that fucking pitchfork.
Yeah, it's not cool. Also, I found melee weapons to kind of suck. I beat him I've had to beat him twice. The first time I beat him with a broadsword, and the second time I beat him with bullets. It was way easier to beat him with bullets.
I felt like the bullets should do more damage. I put fucking 60 rounds into that motherfucker, and he was at half health.
Dude has a fucking tank on his back. That's gotta be explosive, right?
I kept trying to shoot it. I thought that was the key to easy victory. Shoot the tank on the back. Nope.
Apparently not.
Apparently you can carry an acetylene tank on your back and not worry about it exploding.
It also helps if you're a higher level, because then you're a little stronger and can do a little more damage.
Yeah, I think the first time I beat him was level 4.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I wish they would let you... Well, I guess level 5 is plenty. I wish you could advance a little more.
I think it's a pretty successful thing for them. I read this morning that the game sold 320,000 copies in the first week.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Considering it's, they probably have everything built out. It's probably just an extra... they have they made the game anyway. They probably have all these models and everything. Why not ship out a little taste of it for $5 ahead of time?
So the development time on it was, cut way down.
Right. And it probably didn't cost them very much to make either.
And it was also really cool that they priced it so cheaply too.
Yeah.
It was $5, which for an Xbox Live game of I don't know, that depth should have been 10, 12 probably.
I don't know if I'd go that high. It's short.
Yeah, but there's so much replay value.
That's true. I want to go back and replay it. I started a second replay just so I could top off and hit level 5, and then I stopped.
And there's 5 endings, too, so if you want to see all the endings, you can go through and do all that.
I guess I didn't think about that. It's true.
So, what are you laughing at over there?
Nothing, it's just a persuasive argument. You just won.
That's how I roll, Griffin.
It's like the McLaughlin group, but with video games.
When you guys aren't yelling at each other at the moment. So
that's true.
Yeah. So what else is going on, Gus?
We got, I guess I should give our requisite plug. We got the Red vs. Blue Revelation and Recollection DVD coming out next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. In store September 14th.
Yes. And on our website.
Yeah, and on our website. You can pre-order it now if you'd like. Or just wait till the day it comes out and buy it then.
You can use this link.
Oh, hey, I got one more thing I want to say about PAX.
What's up?
Big thanks to Caleb.
Yeah,
PP Mukau, PP, was super
Caleb
helpful.
Again.
Is he Caleb again?
Yeah.
Okay. Big thanks to Caleb, who helped us run the booth. Who actually pretty much ran the booth.
Yeah.
He was a tremendous help.
Caleb was a bomb.
Yeah, that kid, I know he's hard to look at, and he's kind of goofy, and there's not much conversationally, but he's really good at running a booth, and he did a great job.
Mm-hmm. We had it was a good time. So we had a lot of people from the community come by the booth and talk. I felt really bad because on Friday after the panel, we had a pretty serious line form at the booth. And we couldn't spend as much time talking to people as we would have preferred to.
Yeah, that sucked.
On Friday, I think people were waiting in people had to wait in line an hour to buy a DVD at the booth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've never had anything like that
It
before.
was
That was
fucking
crazy.
ridiculous. It was crazy. It was like a line that went down the convention hall and like wrapped around by the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and we were trying really hard to get through it. But like I said, not be rude to people. And just
Yeah,
be
people
very
wait in line a fucking
DV.
hour. You want to dedicate some time to them, but then it's like I feel bad for the person at the back of the line who's now going to wait an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a really, really tough situation.
Well,
But
at least
people
it's
were really
good-
cool. I mean, I don't think anyone really got too agitated. People, I'm sure, left the line and came back later. We didn't have a line on Sunday, so everyone got what they wanted, I hope.
Well, that might actually help in some ways because Sunday's usually a little slower, right? Because people have already blown a lot of their money. And
Yeah.
Yeah, Sundays at PAX are kind of a weird phenomenon. Like most conventions, Sunday will be slower, like Comic-Con, for instance, but it's not that slow. PAX Sundays are usually kind of dead, but yeah, it wasn't that dead this time.
No, not at all.
We had a pretty good day actually. But yeah, luckily no lines like that.
I'm really jealous. I'm trying to be nice. I've been kind of like telling people not to tell me how great it was in the office. I'm politely listening now, but
Oh, no, it was terrible. You don't want to...
It is the
man.
worst.
I was trying to like save money and like hang out at the house and get stuff done, but I got a babysitter just because I wanted to like feel like I was doing something fun while you guys were having that party.
Of course.
And so I went and I saw Inception in an empty theater by myself because I hadn't seen it yet. I always see movies like after no one cares about them anymore, and like there's no like vibe. You know, like you go into a theater when it's opening and you have like everyone's excited and you have like this whole like energy level, and I never get that.
Right, like you were mad that I saw Borat when it came out, so you went and saw it by yourself, but you really saw it by yourself
Yeah,
because
there
it
was
came out
nobody.
like, it was like a month after it came out, so it was you alone in the theater watching Borat.
Yeah, and I felt weird when I would laugh because like an employee would come in and just look at me. Like,
Like, you're disgusting.
I feel like that was like the day that would, like the theater was empty except for me, so it's like they have to work when they normally would just be like fucking off and like talking.
Well,
What theater did you watch Inception at?
I had to go, like, it wasn't in the Alamo anymore. It wasn't like, it's not a cool movie right now. I mean, it's a little older, and there's like one showing left at the Alamo South. So I went way down to like, South Park Meadows.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to hear that. If you'd like, we are talking about, as a company, renting out a small theater to watch Jackass 3D together. So you're invited to that.
Oh, I can go that one?
Yeah, we'll get a
Cool.
babysitter for that one.
Awesome.
Because that's
you're not going to take Millie to watch it?
no. Millie's not the kind of kid that should see that movie. That would be a 2 hours of good ideas to her. She doesn't need that. No, I don't need that.
When does Jackass 3 come out? Like in October or something?
Yeah, sometime in October.
God, that fucking trailer with the high five bit at the end is so awesome.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, like you were thinking, like, how are they going to top two? And then, like, the glove
boxing
that
glove?
like, comes out of the wall.
Yeah, dude, that's especially when they make Wee Man stand on the chair. Oh, it's good times.
So we're moving this Saturday, right?
That's the rumor. I think we need to get the fuck out of here today, dude, before our office floats away.
I guess we were flying back from PAX. I guess the night we came back, a hurricane hit like Mexico or something, and then like came straight up to Austin,
and sat.
And it's been raining nonstop. It's like we've sprung so many leaks in our server closet here in the office that I feel like I'm on an old German U-boat, like getting depth charged by the Allies. It's like, I'm trying to find like pans and like shovel water out of there.
That was pretty serious.
It's pretty
yesterday
bad.
morning. Like the weird thing is like watching the paint, like it's like some kind of sealant or whatever. The paint is just like filling with water, like it's stretching away from the sheetrock, and it's just like it's like a bowl.
I walked in yesterday morning to that. I walked in and I looked in the closet and I saw there was water dripping everywhere, and like you said, like those pockets of water in the paint. And I walk over to Matt, who's sitting like 4 feet away from the closet, and I go, "Hey Matt, did you see there's water dripping all in the closet?" He goes, "Yeah, what's up with that?"
Not at all concerned that
Not
there's
concerned.
water dripping all around of our very expensive Xserve raid.
So I had to go and I fucking collecting buckets, and like I was like dumping shit out of containers, trying to find anything I could to collect water.
You came in to get our help yesterday, and like you just came in and you were like speechless for a second. You're like, storage closet.
There's so much water.
Last night, I think it was after you left, I walked in there to see how things were going, and Nathan was standing on a chair with Carrie, and they had a giant kitchen knife, and they were popping those bubbles like cysts. It was really gross.
I had to pop a couple of them also throughout the day.
By the way, let me ask you this. Okay, so we've been in this office for 3.5 years now,
Right.
approximately,
Uh-huh.
and a little less than 3.5. We've been okay, right? No major problems. We decided to move this week, and this fucking week, the most important room in the company, the server room, gets 19 leaks in it. How's that possible?
That's crazy. And also, someone took a dump at the back door.
Oh, I forgot about that yesterday. Oh, God. It was awful.
Oh, man.
There was
so
the nastiest, stinkiest dump out there.
It was giant.
Human.
It was like an elephant took a shit in our doorway.
And Brandon pointed out, too, it wasn't like he's like, the worst thing, I understand that, like, a homeless guy needs to find a place to go to the bathroom, but he could have at least stood still.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty terrible.
It's gross.
Yeah, it was really
Well,
gross.
I felt it was like a going away present because when we moved in, we found a giant turd in a condom out there.
Oh, that's
Turd in a
right.
used
Right
condom.
next to each other.
I'm
going to take a shit and fuck tonight.
It was like yesterday I went to get coffee, but the front was like locked up, like the gate was up, so I had to go out the back, and I knew that was down there. And you gave me your keys, but you have janitor keys, and as far as I can tell, the only 3 of them go to anything. So you have all these keys, and they all look the same. So I was like holding my breath for like 30 seconds trying to find the right key, like trying every one of them.
Yeah, I have no idea what all those keys do. People keep giving me keys, and I put them on my ring. I think like 5 of them are for the new office, but then that's all getting rekeyed, so they're all going to be worthless.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
So yeah, we'll be. That's it. We're getting out of here. We'll be at the new office this weekend, starting next week, I guess.
Moving on 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
That seems inappropriate to me.
Does it really? We're showing.
No, you know what?
We're
though?
showing the terrorists they didn't win.
That's
We're
right.
still living our life.
If we're moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't move on 9/11, then the terrorists won.
Exactly.
That's a very good point. It's patriotic. I'm going to wear red, white, and blue.
Yeah, we're doing our
when we
patriotic
move.
duty.
There you go.
But I'm really, really excited to get out of here. I'm sure we've said that a million times over the last few podcasts.
Yeah, I'm going to miss downtown, and I like how close it is to our respective houses, and I like all the food options and how women don't wear a lot of clothes in the summer, and they walk around downtown a lot. But I am definitely going to appreciate the space and hopefully no dumps in the doorways.
Hopefully not. Well, we have a gate.
Or we'll find out that it was one of us the entire time. And we just assumed it was a homeless person.
Yeah. I suspect Monty.
Yeah, you can't tell with that guy.
When I came in last night, I had to move the equipment away from the water, and I was like, "Oh, did you see that giant dump outside the door, Monty?" He was like, "No." But did you see that salamander over there? That's crazy, right? I was like, it was like a weird deflection. He's like, yeah, dumps, those aren't crazy. We know what's crazy? Salamanders.
Look at the time. I gotta go. I gotta get back to this render.
How did he not notice? Did he use the back door yesterday?
I think he probably came in the front door.
Oh, right, because he came later. Yeah, that's probably fine then.
It was gone this morning, so somebody collected it.
I think the hurricane that passed through probably washed it away.
Good Lord, dude. It was crazy how much it was raining. My basement flooded.
Did it?
Which it does occasionally.
Yeah.
Like when it rains really bad.
Our poor chickens, like, we haven't really prepared for the winter yet. Like, we just sort of they didn't have a roof or anything on the coop, and they've just been, like, wet for 3 days.
Well, they had 3 places. They had 3 overhangs.
Well,
they're
not intelligent.
They're just not brilliant.
No, like, they don't move when the rain starts coming. They just look pitiful.
So Griffin and I last night at like 11 p.m., like the chickens had enough, so we went out and made like a plywood roof for them.
Yeah, we're building a roof like in the pouring rain.
Yeah, it was rough.
That sounds terrible.
Still no fucking eggs either. Thanks for nothing.
I know,
Well, maybe if they had a roof over their head. Maybe now you're finally taking care of them.
This is Texas, dude. It's the first time it's rained all year.
Really? Is that the first time it's rained all year?
It's actually been a pretty rainy summer.
You're a rainy summer.
You haven't actually. I think you've missed a lot of the rain because every time it's been raining, you've been out of town.
Yeah, I've been gone a lot.
Where have you been going? He hasn't been going anywhere for work. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh shit!
That's not true. I went to Bungie and Comic-Con. And we were gone in London for 2 weeks.
She was with you for that one, so she knows that one's not a lie.
So it's not. There's no secret family out there I should know about.
No secret Eskimo.
See, I don't understand that. Like, why would anyone? Why would anyone have a secret family? Like, why would anyone go and get married to somebody else and like raise other kids? It's so exhausting to like just to not just a family, but like you go to work and then you get home and then you're just trying to keep your house clean and like get your kid to bed and like why would anyone want to do that to themselves twice and keep up the stress of like trying to?
No, I totally agree. Like having families in multiple towns, just have like 10 mistresses. That would be way easier to deal with.
Really?
I would think so. I mean, come on. And then you have to deal with the fact that you're a shitty dad half the year because you're not putting your kid in Wisconsin to bed. You're putting your kid in Texas to bed.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Well, I don't know if like guys who have multiple families are thinking, "Oh man, I'm kind of a shitty dad."
You don't think so?
I gotta play catch a little bit more with my son.
That's probably low on
like
their list of concerns.
I've got so much dadding to go around that I gotta, I want to spread my seed.
I'm sure that's exactly what they're thinking.
I hate that phrase.
Yeah, I do too. Like,
phrase.
I just got creeped out.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
So, did you hear the other day? I'm a little shocked by this. I'm going to bring it back to video games.
Okay.
I guess a couple of weeks ago, I read this interview. I guess where they were where someone was talking to a developer over at Blizzard, and they said that now that StarCraft II: Wings of Liberty has shipped, they have started hardcore development on Heart of the Swarm.
Just started?
We're just now getting serious about breaking ground on Heart of the Swarm.
So how far out is that going to be then?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, it took 10 years to make StarCraft 2.
We always have a lot of ideas, and there's been some design work on it, but hardcore art and programming is just now starting to begin.
Well, one would assume that development time on that game would be significantly less because they've spent 10 years building the system for Wings of Liberty, right?
Yeah, but they weren't making the game at the same fucking time?
That's got to put it 2 or 3 years out, probably.
Right, I was expecting it like later this year or next year.
Yeah, I was thinking next spring.
Why would you think that? Just out of curiosity. If it took 10 years to get the second one, why would you think
because
it would happen
the framework's already done. They just have to make, the campaign.
Yeah, plus they made StarCraft 1, and then they decided that StarCraft 2 was such a big game they were going to release it in 3 chunks. And so we'd expect those 3 chunks to be released like Kill Bill style.
I see. Yeah, right. Okay. That
like
makes
4,
sense.
Right. 4 months to a year apart, not another decade. We might not live long enough to play all of those.
Yeah, maybe not. It was Rob Pardo, Blizzard's design boss. I don't know what his actual title is.
Maybe it's actually design boss.
Design boss would be awesome. But man, I can't believe it's going to be that fucking long. Or maybe it's just all a hit fake. Who knows?
Yeah, that's possible.
So what else you guys got going on?
Last night we stayed up until 2:30 in the morning we watched 3 documentaries.
What'd you watch?
Well, we were working on like projects and like just letting them run. Jeff was working on video games, so he wasn't watching this one, but I watched the biography on H.H. Holmes, the first American serial killer.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. He killed they confirmed like about 9 killings probably, but they think it might have been 50 to 100 because it was during the Chicago World's Fair, and he had a furnace and like this crazy mansion he built with all these chambers and things like to torture and like get rid of bodies.
It sounds like Saw.
Yeah, and he made money selling their skeletons to like research like institute like hospitals and whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so he would lure because it was a Chicago World's Fair, and back then the communication wasn't as quick, so people would come to town. Their relatives would know that they were going, but they wouldn't know where they were going to stay or anything, And then they'd have no. They're just not traceable. So there's no way of knowing how many people he killed. But Jack the Ripper who was killing around the same time, everyone knows.
He got all the credit.
And he killed 5 people?
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as many as the potentially 50 to 100 that H.H. Holmes did.
I wonder if it's because this is kind of gross, but because the Jack the Ripper left a lot of gruesome bodies and blood splattery walls and H.H. Holmes covered his
covered his tracks.
Yeah, a little bit more. I mean, they still found bodies, but it wasn't as
I think you're onto something there. It's that's the problem with serial killing, right? If you want to get all the glory, you have to be a flashy killer. Right, you have to make a big mess and do that whole thing. But if you want to be if you just want to be the best serial killer you can be, then you're going to cover your tracks and you're going to get rid of the bodies so that nobody can find them, and then you don't get any of the credit.
Well, and you know what brought him down? Insurance fraud. He pulled an insurance scam because he was also a scammer. He was a con artist, and that was what the Pinkertons went after him for. And they were oh, and he also killed all these people in this trail of bodies. But they were just after him because he was doing some insurance scamming.
He got greedy. Yeah. Fucked him up.
Yeah,
Mutual of Omaha.
He could have just been in a skeleton selling business and been fine. he had to go.
That guy could still be killing today.
I know it's not funny, but
and then we watched a documentary on corn.
Yeah,
riveting.
King corn. It was actually pretty interesting. And I've been kind of into food documentaries lately. So A Botany of Desire is awesome.
This one was all about how corn is killing everybody, essentially.
Oh, really?
And just government subsidies making this system, people overproducing corn and cheap corn, and you want to get the highest yield, so you genetically modify this corn, and it becomes something else that's not nutritious anymore.
It's inedible.
They have so much of it, they have to do something with it, so they have to make corn syrups and that kind of thing. So if you go to McDonald's, every single part of that meal is pretty much corn. It can't be good for you.
Even the hamburger and everything? Wow.
Because the beef are all corn-fed.
Oh.
Yeah, and the cattle are I'm sorry, but they're penned up because they want them to get fatty, and then they're fed corn, which they shouldn't just eat a ton of, and they have all these massive holes and pockets, and they get sick, and it's gross, way gross.
This is great talk for right before lunch. Okay, what was the other documentary you watched?
Oh, right,
I hope it was less gross.
No, not really. It was Capitalism: A Love Story.
Oh, I've seen that one in Netflix stream. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it.
It's pretty sad.
We fell asleep most of the way through, but it was I don't know. And it's not even I think capitalist. I mean, I don't want to get into it.
There you go.
After the ringing endorsement that you and Jess Kid gave Cocaine Cowboys a couple weeks ago, I watched that last night.
And did you like it?
It's pretty good.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
really interesting. It's I mean, it's very sensational, but and some of it's super sad. But like all the like the kids getting murdered and stuff. But it's interesting to see like how integral drugs were to the success of Miami.
Or just like building the city, right?
Mm-hmm. Literally building the city. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Oh, speaking of people dying, you and I had the weirdest thing happen to us.
Oh my God.
We were walking down the street. Was it 2nd Street?
Yeah, I think it was 2nd or 3rd.
On Friday or Saturday night, we were walking down 2nd Street, and there was a dude on the ground, and the cops were like, he was fucked up somehow. And the cops were like arresting him and taking him to the hospital at the same time, it looked like. And we were like, wow, that was really weird. The next block, I'm not kidding, the next block, there was a dude on the ground, like having seizures, and there were paramedics attending to him. And we were like, what are the odds that we'd see that twice in one night? The next block, there was another guy on the ground, completely unresponsive, and somebody, some paramedic giving him CPR.
This seems like an intro to a movie about
That's
like
what
a massive,
Yeah,
like...
I thought it was The Happening or something.
It was like the
Yeah.
beginning of a zombie movie. It's like people are falling down, no one knows.
Yeah, like everyone in the city is starting to get affected.
It was fucking
Well,
crazy.
I'm glad you guys got out of Seattle before it was too late.
Man, every time we go to Seattle, I feel like that city's trying to kill me.
Yeah, you guys almost had that tree fall on you that one time, right?
Yeah, we had that crazy storm and all that stuff. We had the lights go out in our hotel.
And it was also related to that same storm.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So okay.
And
It's
also,
getting less crazy. It was like one storm and some people having seizures.
Twice.
if you were there, it'd be crazy. You weren't there. You don't know what happened. You can't judge.
Well, I was having a crazy time watching movies by myself, so.
Yeah.
It's Sour Grapes talking.
Man, I'm so excited for Reach next week. I can't wait.
Oh, right. We should talk about that. Halo Reach is coming out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome. I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play it.
It comes out on the 14th. What is that, Tuesday?
Yes.
Are you guys doing any kind of like play date thing for it?
We haven't announced anything, but that's not a bad
That's
idea.
probably a pretty good idea.
I mean, I have a
You're
feeling
welcome.
it'll just be like a constant play date because we'll all be online 24 hours a day.
Yeah, but if
playing
you
it.
make it an event, then it's like a party.
Make you an event. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't.
But it sounds like work, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to do it.
Yeah, we'll be playing Halo Reach when it comes out.
Woo!
Did you hear that it's speculated Blockbuster is going to file for bankruptcy?
They already did. I thought they filed Chapter 11.
Did they?
Yeah, or they're in the process of filing Chapter 11. Yeah,
I must have missed the news then.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
surprised they're
fucked.
even still open.
couldn't have happened to a more deserving company, if you ask me.
Yeah, there's so many cute little video stores like in my town, well, in Corvallis, Oregon, that shut down because of Blockbuster and Hollywood moving into town. So it's hard to feel bad for them.
Well, not just that, but I mean, there is that, right? Like they came in and they Walmarted
They had their day.
every city in America, and they put a lot of local businesses out. But also, they were so like arrogantly against technology and advancing technology and taking advantage of opportunities like Redbox and Netflix as they were developing, and they deserve to go out of business.
And now they're struggling. Like they have a streaming thing, and they have like a Redbox competitor, and all that other stuff.
They've
as well
tried
now,
all
right?
that stuff, yeah, but they're so far behind. There's no way they're going to survive, and they should. I mean, if you don't innovate, you should die. There were people were. I mean, it was obvious that the direction was going towards digital distribution or mail-in distribution, and they just refused to adopt it. And they finally did, like 3 or 4 years too late. Somewhere there's some asshole CEO of Blockbuster who, anyway, who's a jerk.
Okay. Apparently they have $1 billion in debt that they're trying to get out of.
It's 'cause people don't pay their late fees.
If only people forgot to rewind more, they'd have that money.
You know what? when I was doing the
No one knows this is the podcast. Going to understand.
Yeah,
that.
I know. It's just
when I was doing the contest with Bernie to get 10,000 gamer score in a week, I went to the local video store. It was actually Hollywood Video. To rent some games that I needed to flush out my collection, and I realized it was the first time I'd been in a video store in probably 7 or 8 years, and it was like walking into the past.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
it's just kind of a creepy feeling almost like.
Yeah, if you haven't been to a video store in 5 or 10 years, you should do it just to see. It's really weird.
I went to that Hollywood Video when they were shutting it down and selling everything, including the fixtures inside of it.
Yeah, they were selling like everything, dude.
It was sad.
It was pretty sad. I walked in there too. kind of depressing.
It was also like a flea market. It was really weird. People were like fucking elbowing each other and
It's true. It's
fighting
true.
for stuff.
I want to
People
get this
become
magazine
animals.
stand. No, I want the magazine stand. It was really weird.
Do you guys ever get nostalgic for tapes? Like
No,
cassettes and-
never.
But you were just talking
Never.
about rewinding, and I remember we got like a VC, like we had one of those like rewinders you just bought just to rewind
Right.
your VHS tapes because it was bad for your VCR. And I remember being so like excited. I'm like, now I can rewind and start watching this movie right away. I don't have to wait for this one to rewind first.
How fucking
It's
impatient
technology.
do you have to be? Like, I can't wait 4 minutes.
No, but you wouldn't be able to wait 4 minutes now. Like
I
now
could.
everything's so instant.
No,
and
you're
you don't have to
impatient.
rewind.
You are so impatient.
I'm so patient.
Why are you
dude.
giving me shit for
I'm
this?
super patient.
no.
I can't believe you.
No, impatient.
Yeah, but that's the thing about like tapes and that kind of stuff, like the waiting and rewinding and like, I really want
Waiting
to show
for-
you this scene, but I'd have to like spend 10 minutes looking for it.
Yeah,
like,
waiting for no reason. Fast forward. Is it here? No. Oh, fuck, I passed it. Rewind.
Then you couldn't see anything anyway.
Yeah, no chapter skip and fucking. You try to pause it and it'd be all
Oh yeah, it was, like, the
terrible
tracking
looking.
thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of watching stuff, I have a new favorite TV show,
Oh yeah.
Wipeout.
God.
It's the best. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so terrible. It's awesome.
You finally caught on.
It's just people getting hit in the head for an hour. It's so fantastic.
I don't think I've ever sat down to watch that show, but I've watched it, like flipping through the channels, like, oh, I guess this is it.
No, dude, I watch it. I seek it out. I watch it on Hulu. I watch it on Hulu Plus on my phone. It's like, it's my new... I watch episodes over again.
The thing you're like, hey, there's a new season. I'm like, so it's going to be the same, like a bunch of people you don't know.
Well, sometimes they change the
Jumping-
course up. They come up with new ways to torture people. And people are all so obnoxious and annoying that you really want to see them get hurt. It's really great.
I'm not judging, but I don't get like the entertainment value of watching somebody hurt themselves.
Why are you going to go watch Jackass then?
Oh shit!
I have a little thing for Pontius.
Oh, God.
Until he got his until he got his dick bit off by that snake in Jackass 2.
Well, that was
Oh,
terrible.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's an innie. Hey, I see you've got the new Xbox controller up on your computers there.
Yeah, something maybe I was talking about.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Or not.
Okay.
I guess Microsoft has the new. Is this out yet? No, it comes November 9.
I saw it in the wild at PAX, though.
Yeah, I guess they are going to release a new controller that has a pop-up D-pad.
I don't get it.
I guess you can make like the border behind the D-pad become recessed.
Have you ever felt the need for that?
The only time my biggest complaint with Pac-Man CE was the diagonals.
You're 100% correct.
That would have been great for Pac-Man CE.
You're 100% correct. That was the biggest problem with that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And of course, that was the Xbox Live Arcade game, Pac-Man Championship Edition.
It's probably one of those things, too, where, like, it doesn't seem important or necessary to me at all, but the first time I use it, I'll be like, how did I ever survive with the D-pad the way it used to be?
Right.
So...
Yeah, I guess they're going to sell it, what did I say, November 9th for $65. And it comes with a charge kit. That's cool.
I
Yeah,
wish...
we saw a couple of them already. I don't know why
they
they're
were
waiting.
like... Yeah, I don't know.
They were packaged and ready to go. I think Major Nelson or someone was giving them out at PAX.
I wish it wasn't coming out literally 2 months after Halo Reach, because the Reach Xbox is going to come with 2 brand new controllers that'll... I mean, if you adopt this D-pad technology, will now be obsolete in like 5 weeks after you buy it.
Yeah, but come on. If you're dropping money for a limited edition console, are you really going to
You're worried about the
Yeah,
controllers?
that's a good point.
care about a $65 controller?
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're $65?
Well, yeah, it comes with a plain charge kit.
I didn't know that. So next time you throw one and smash it against the wall.
No,
something
this
to
one
say
comes
about
with a
it.
plain charge kit.
The one I smashed the other day was $40.
That's the one that had the good like chat pad or whatever on it. Is that what they're called?
Did you break the chat pad?
No, I didn't have the chat pad on it. My chat pad was it's sitting on the desk. But I did smash the shit out of a controller at work the other day.
Why? What happened?
I don't remember what game I was playing. Do you remember? Oh, it was fuck. What was that game?
That doesn't sound like a good game.
It doesn't sound like a good game. No, I don't remember the game. But I was trying to capture something, and I was having a ton of trouble. And I don't very often get frustrated to the level of
Right.
violence. But I got so mad, I threw a controller across the room and shattered it,
Wow.
and then felt bad for the controller because it's.
It's not the controller's fault. It's the game.
It's true. I'm gonna peel off and see if I can figure out what game it was because I can't remember.
Well, I guess it's just you and me now, Griffin.
Hey there.
Jeff's got more important things to do.
Right. You should have been prepared for this.
No making out.
I gotta stay so close to the mic anyway. The only thing I'm making out with is this microphone. Wow.
You're getting
That's
pretty
how I
close.
make. That's my make out noise.
This is what I was going to talk about. We you're moving to the new office and you were about to have like an actual dedicated drunk tank area that
Right,
is
right.
only for the drunk tank and isn't going to be overlapping in other people's projects and
Thank
stuff.
God.
But I was just listening to these chairs. You need some sound, like some quiet chairs.
Yeah, some of these chairs are the worst.
My
Jeff's
chair's
chair,
pretty bad.
yeah, is particularly bad.
I figured out what game it was, and now I'm mad again.
What was it?
It was fucking Mafia 2, which is a great game, but there's this wanted poster. It's the only wanted poster that's fucked up like this. They put it on the roof of a building, and the only way to get to it is to drive your car off an overpass and land your car onto it. But you have to be going 60 miles an hour to be fast enough to get to the roof, and there's snow on the roof. So as soon as you get there, you just skid right the fuck off. So you have to do it at an angle that you run right into a chimney, and then, but if you hit the chimney, you bounce to the left or to the right. It was a fucking thing. Mm-hmm. It took me forever.
Why would you put a like wanted poster up on top
That's
of
what I was going to say. It seems like
I
many
don't
people
know.
wouldn't see it.
I don't know.
for all of the like rooftop bounty hunters?
It was super frustrating, though.
They were planning for the future in Crackdown when the agents would be
right.
jumping roof to roof.
Oh,
Then they'd
that
see the
was a
wanted
really fun
poster
game
and
to
then
watch.
they'd know.
Crackdown?
Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
watching you play that. I mean, and that's kind of, but it's funny. Like, there's some games that are just really entertaining, just to like not even participate in, just to like see them happen.
I agree with that. I think I could watch anybody play a Grand Theft Auto game and just sit and watch it. It'd be totally fine. Just entertaining.
Nah.
Not you.
No?
Well, I'm not a fan of those. I mean, we've been over this over and over. I'm just
Yeah.
not a fan of those sandbox games.
I could also watch Mass Effect. I found that interesting.
Oh, Mass Effect. I want to play that again. I've intentionally not played any of the DLC so that later I can just play it all at once.
Yeah, I was going to say, Shadow Broker just came out yesterday. You
Yeah.
should play that.
Nope, I'm waiting.
Okay. You're going to have...
When does Mass Effect 3 come out?
I'm going to guess like late next year. Dragon Age 2 comes out next spring. I'm assuming they're not going to want to have their two titles compete.
Dragon Age, this past one came out, in October or November? And
Yeah.
then Mass Effect came out in January, so it's a 2 or 3 month difference. It's not too
Well,
bad.
I'm saying it's going to be like you'll probably see it be a quarter separated. So I would assume it'll be out like summer or fall next year.
I'm looking it up. See if I
All
can
right.
find out.
Do it.
I don't know if they've even announced that. Whoa. Oh, it's Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3 TBA 2011.
There you go. Man, there's a lot of games coming out in 2011. Hey, did you get a chance to go look at Portal 2 when you were at PAX?
No, I had an appointment to do it, but we got tied up with working.
Oh yeah.
This is a little side question. Guess, do you have an Atari?
Not. Maybe. I don't know. I might.
Because I was found on Craigslist and I was thinking about getting it for the Achievement Hunter office, just kind of to have for fun.
See, the problem with an Atari though is that there's no achievements in it.
No, I know, but it's just, I think, I don't know, like, because you're going to have like the certain area that's just for like fun with the television, and like, I just thought it'd be fun to have some like old
It's
games.
also-
I don't know.
Difficult to hook up an Atari to a modern TV.
Oh, really?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
The video input, don't you remember the video? It has like those two little forks that you had to screw in to like your UHF input.
Fuck, that's right.
Oh,
You,
so that's...
you might be able to find at Fry's like a UHF to coax adapter, but it's going to be, you have to hunt down some parts to get that thing.
I might do it
working.
because it's actually a good price, and it comes with a whole bunch of controllers and tons of games. Like, it has a whole case of them. It just might be, I don't know, it might be worth it. What do you think?
Sure.
I might do it.
Okay.
Be a fun little project.
It's funny to think that, you know, a game system that was so influential and like pervasive could be difficult to play now. Like, it could be difficult to hook up and actually get video out of it because it's so old now.
Yeah, it's like well, I don't want to go into the whole John Titor thing, but it's kind of weird to think that technology is so obsolete. It's almost lost to us,
Right.
And it will be in like another 10 years. It'll be goddamn near impossible.
You remember what I'm talking about, the video game where I had those little like
the
silver
two
forks
little silver forks.
that always broke, and you always had to fucking splice
Mm-hmm.
that wire with a knife, and then like get the copper out and like wrap it around the
Yep.
screw and tighten it down. Oh, it's the fucking worst.
It's kind of funny. You and I were looking at somebody had autograph an NES while we were at PAX, and we were looking at it, and I didn't realize the NES had one audio and one video.
Yeah, it was like mono out.
Yeah, it was really weird. It's crazy how fast technology has changed this last 25 years or so.
Yeah, crazy. A quarter century. What?
Well, it's kind of like with record players. Like, even if you, for fun, you have one to be nostalgic, if you break a needle, you're fucked. Like, where are you going to get a needle for a record player?
I think you can still find them without
Really?
too much trouble.
They're
Yeah.
like, I think they're like expensive though, aren't they? Like,
Needlewarehouseonline.com. I don't know if that's
no, but I
true.
mean the point. Not that I want to get a record player, but like the point, just like at some point,
Yeah.
even if you wanted something for a novelty, it's just too much of a hassle to get together.
Right. Just like VHS players.
Well, I don't even want a VHS player for fun.
You
but-
just want a VHS rewinder?
That's what she does for fun, to like calm down at the end of her day. She just goes and puts tape in, rewinds it, sits there.
I actually, it's kind of sad. I have a bunch of like mixtapes like from high school and like.
Man, you are really on this tape.
I know we're talking about it. Whatever. This is what I can contribute.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just have like just things I can't get rid of because they're like mixes and like I don't know, just stuff that I'm nostalgic for. But I don't have a tape player, and they're impossible to find. Like, where do you find them? Actually, that's the boombox that we used for the last short. I found at a pawn shop, and it had a tape deck on it. So maybe
I
I'll
guess,
steal it.
yeah, either pawn shop or time machine probably is your best bet.
Pawn shop or
I'm
time
sure you
machine.
can find them at Craigslist or the flea
Austin
market
Dot
or
for sale
something.
or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if I wanted to put effort into it, sure. I could probably get that together. Never mind.
You can
I'm not
probably
even. I'm not going to talk anymore.
You can
guys-
probably order one off of Amazon.
Oh, are you about to quit the podcast like Jack?
I'm just
You
going
need to go pout in the corner?
I'm going to fulfill the Jack role.
Pout.
Hey, speaking of fulfilling the Jack roll, we should go eat.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, by the way, we should mention that Jack died.
Oh, yeah, where's Jack?
He got
Is still
strep throat
sick?
and died. Yeah.
You know, I lost my voice after the party on Saturday, and it's only now starting to come back. I still feel like it's not quite back. And the fact that my voice is still gone, and I know Jack has strep throat, has made me really nervous.
Did you guys make out?
See, he doesn't remember. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, that was
Nobody knows.
Maybe.
Like Griffin, I came home. Griffin goes, "Did you cheat on me?" And I'm like, "I don't think so."
You said no. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't remember Saturday, but like,
I honestly don't remember cheating on you.
I just for the record, I was kidding. Like,
Oh yeah, sure you are.
no, I didn't. Like,
I didn't even ask you because I don't want to know.
Okay, well, seriously, let's go
all right, but
grab some food.
let's get food, but no corn-fed beef because I'm against it now.
All right, there you go.
Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Toodles.